YouTube. So today I've got a little bit of an apology. Been lacking when it comes to reporting on the build for the Millennium Falcon, but have no fear. I'm going to give you a massive update on the different things that I've been working on with the Millennium Falcon. Some of them very large updates, as you can see. The thing is basically built, so I need to get into painting. One of the things that we'll be discussing is the light setup. So as per my client, we're doing a different light setup. We're actually going to be talking about the Bluetooth kit that I bought from Falcon 3D. We're also going to be talking about a few kind of modifications that I've done with that setup as well to get it working. Also, if you're just thinking about setting up your own light setup, I'll show you one of the other projects that I've been working on with a Star Destroyer and how I just manually create my own light up setup for this. But we'll talk about how the Falcon 3D stacks up, if it's worth, $300, what it all does, what are some of the advantages and disadvantages from what I've found so far with it, and just really how it looks on this thing. So we'll be talking about all of that coming up. All right, here she is in all of her glory. So just with the original kit, we've got this little access panel. And I'll warn you a little bit ahead of time, this is going to be a bit of a challenge to show you how all this is working. Keep this, ship in frame. That's going to be a bit of a challenge, but bear with me with this. Never presented something this large since the B17. So, inside here, you have a controller that's very similar to just running the one that it comes with the kit. But the magic with this one is it's Bluetooth. So, with the Bluetooth setup, we're able to go in and control a lot of different things. We've got a speaker that it comes with that I put into right here, so we'll have a lighting effects for there, and sound effects coming from the speaker. The other thing is, instead of having just LED lights, it actually has this long strip of LEDs, and so it gives you a lot better effect. You get into, instead of it just lighting up, but more of a pulsing and firing effect that you have with that. And then we can fine-tune a few things. These little toggles, we can go in and change the speed of the pulsing. We can go in and change the color. And then when we talk about the other lights, so this would come with two lights, which was kind of interesting. I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to. But you have the just the hatch, you have your light there, and then you have your cockpit. So cover the bases that you really want. If you do want to, you can buy another accessory pack here to have more lights. It comes with a big pack to be able to have landing lights. And then you could use a couple of options from there. So that is available from Falcon. Initial impressions, I really like the setup. One disadvantage is you got to have this thing plugged in. So either you just drape it out the back like this, you cut a hole. That's the big compromise. The Bandai kit, it has batteries. This one is AC power. But looking through the setup, I understand why he did that. So I've contracted my father-in-law, that's an electrical engineer, and he is going to get a battery pack, which for this one, do not try at home. It's a lot of quite a bit bigger hassle than we were thinking, just because of the power requirements on this. If you do not get the power requirements right, instant just destruction of the circuit board. So big disclaimer, do not try this at home. I have a licensed professional that's doing it for me so that my client can have a battery pack. If that's something that you want, man, well, I guess you just have to hire me as your builder when it comes to getting one of these. So that can be a Wasatch Modeler exclusive, as I would say. So with this, I'm going to power it up. And I'm just going to show you in demo mode just kind of what the different features are, the sound effects, and just play around with the lighting setup so you can see how that's going. Okay, this should be demo mode. So if it boots up properly, it does take a sec. There we go. So you got the sound effects coming with the cover on. You just seeing that glow. Okay. Alright, so if I twist this around, let's go to the cockpit view. Just cycle in again. Okay. You can see flashing effect that you have from the cockpit. And I'm thinking I might change the LED to be red, but blue's pretty awesome. Give this a good look. The cockpit hatch access area. And it's really tricky with the without the lighting to show that access for their hatch. Okay. So when it comes to it, the effects are pretty cool. Everything is then controlled with the on-off from the app. So I'm going to take this out of demo mode. So everything is controlled from an app that you can download. The disadvantage that you have with the app that they have you use is nothing's really labeled. So you have to remember what up means, what down means, left, right means, what 1 is, what 2 is. So that it can be a little bit of a challenge, but process of elimination, just fiddling with it, it's pretty easy. So with this, just need to have battery pack, and have the battery pack, I'm going to have it fill in the spaces that we have in here for batteries. So that's the next step, and then in that time frame, we will also be doing the painting, which I just can't wait until I get to the weathering stage of this. That is where it's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, so beyond there, I've got another thing to show you. I have made a Star Destroyer, and I decided to build my own light kit. So I'll show you how to do that next. Alright, so another great kit from Bandai. I've got their Star Destroyer in their bigger scale here. To see in the box what the actual scale is now that I think of it. But it's one of the larger ones, and you can buy the lighting kit that's the same one for the Millennium Falcon, and it's about 60 bucks. But I decided to go and make my own LED light set, and I spent 15, and it works out pretty well. If anybody else has built it, let me know what you think about some of the like the fit with it. Me making my own, the fit is kind of a little bit finicky, but I don't know if that's because I was doing my own little thing and that's what led to it. I don't know. But here is the lighting setup. So what I did is I've got a 9-volt battery pack that just got off Amazon, and so I've got that wired in, and then I just put all of the positive wire connections, so the color connections, together, soldered it, and then heat shrinked it. And then, as you can see, you've got all the the black wires then together. So obviously, I don't know a crazy amount about all this, but I was able to figure it out. So if I could do it, you guys could. The LEDs, I got them off of Amazon as well, just a bunch of different types. And these have the resistors built into them, and so they're ready to go with that. And you can see I've got different sizes for it. So you got the bigger ones, and then I put kind of here, you can see kind of the micro sized, and I got even a smaller size than that, but really didn't see any need anywhere on it. So I'm going to save those for later and maybe get into some aircraft with some LEDs. So with this, with that battery box, you kind of have to get the wires just right to have it fit. And then this piece, that bulb goes in that hole. So you got to line that up. And then just like Bandai, everything just kind of clicks in place and is secured. So that's how that all goes together. I should have turned it on. So let's do that now. So I can just flip the switch. Put this on here. Okay. So if you guys are interested, I could show you a little bit more of a video of how I did some of the work on the LEDs, but it was pretty straightforward. I'll just maybe put a link in the description of where I got the stuff. And then it was really just matter of soldering it all together. Parallel, I believe, is the term. So I got blue for the ones in the rear. And then you get into all these little LEDs, holes on the sides. So I should see if I can do some light here. That's better. And then you even have a little bit of light for that, whatever that port is in the back. So didn't take a whole lot of work. Saved a ton of money. Definitely didn't save a whole lot of, I mean, whether it was worth the extra time I spent, it's a good question. But pretty fun. And I do have this one. I'm just going to sell this at the Etsy store. So if you are interested in it, it will be on there. And it is something that I'd be willing to make more of if you're there. But that's it for our little Star Wars Bandai adventure. And so I'll give you guys an update as I get a little bit further on along with the painting process. And we'll start talking about how I'm going to weather it and do all that. And I'm hoping that I can get just everything done by Christmas, maybe. But that's going to be a tall order. So we're in the final stretch. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you on the next one.